This is so boring. Who even cares about the history of Jacksonville? What even is inclusivity anyway?
Hey, are you about done with your history presentation? It's getting late.
Oh, it's kind of boring, but I'm getting it done anyway.
Are you sure you want to give all these old toys away? You sure had a lot of fun playing with them.
Yeah, well, I'm too old for that stuff now. I'd like to give it away. I don't really care about it anymore.
Well, okay. Good night.
Oh no, he fell asleep.
Hey, we gotta help him. Come on. Let's look at the book.
What's inclusivity?
I think that's about belonging or not belonging.
Oh, sort of like us in the donations box.
Maybe we can help him out here. I have an idea. Come on. We'll take these crayons and the paper and draw some backgrounds. And we'll use this old cell phone to make movies about the history of Jacksonville.
Hey, are you sure this is safe?
Now we have to edit everything together.
How do you know how to use this computer and stuff?
By watching those YouTube videos on the phone.
I just use the phone to watch those tickety-tock dance videos.
Come on, let's put everything back. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Playing with History. I'm your host, Monkey. Let's take a trip down memory lane of Jacksonville, Florida, and its social history since its founding 200 years ago. Exactly how did this city change to the needs of its residents to be more inclusive and diverse? In 1821, Spain sold Florida to the United States, and in 1822, the city of Jacksonville was founded with the help of settler Isaiah Hart, who has a bridge named after him.
Oh yeah, that's that green bridge you drive over, and you can see the football stadium.
Originally started in 1866 in Live Oak, Florida, Edward Waters College moved to Jacksonville in 1883. It was founded to educate the former freed slaves after the Civil War and was the first historically African American college in the state of Florida.
College education is very important, kids.
Also after the Civil War in 1868, a school for young African Americans was established, which later became Stanton High School. It was the first school for African Americans in Jacksonville. In 1894, a famous former Stanton student named James Weldon Johnson became principal of the school. Later, Johnson wrote the famous poem, "Lift Every Voice and Sing," which became a famous national anthem.
La 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 la.
In the 1800s, Jacksonville had volunteer firefighters. But in 1886, Jacksonville built 3 fire stations for paid firefighters. The Catherine Street Station number 3 was manned by 4 African Americans and is now a museum downtown.
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee.
Speaking of firefighters, in 1901, a great fire broke out in downtown Jacksonville and burned down over 2,000 buildings. Jacksonville needed a lot of rebuilding. Architects like Henry John Clutho helped rebuild Jacksonville, but there was also another architect by the name of Joseph Blodgett. He was an African-American contractor and architect who helped build many houses both before the Great Fire of 1901 and afterward to help rebuild Jacksonville.
Remember, don't play with matches, kids.
Also in 1901, Brewster Hospital was established in Jacksonville as the first hospital to admit African Americans. It also became the first training hospital for African Americans in the country.
Hey, I think I have a paper cut. I need a Band-Aid.
Before there was Hollywood, Jacksonville was an important filmmaking headquarters in the early 1900s. Norman Studios in Arlington was famous for making movies for African American audiences and working with only African American actors. One of Norman Studios' famous movies was The Flying Ace, an airplane story inspired by Bessie Coleman, made in 1926.
Watch out, Tom Cruise. Gonna take me right into the danger zone.
In 1922, another famous school was helped establish by Douglas Anderson. It was the only school on the south side of Jacksonville to teach African Americans. Mr. Douglas Anderson also helped run the only school bus service for African Americans in Jacksonville for many years.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round.
In 1935, the Afro-American Life Insurance Company, founded in Jacksonville, helped establish the American Beach area. It was the first African American beach resort community in Florida, with restaurants and entertainment.
Hey, can you rub some suntan lotion on my trunk?
After World War II, in 1946, the Jacksonville Urban League was established to help both African American veterans and civilians with their continuing education, getting jobs, or starting businesses.
Maybe they can help me start my peanut butter pizza business.
In 1960, African Americans in Jacksonville participated in peaceful protests called sit-ins to oppose the racial segregation at the time. They would not be served food at the lunch counters downtown and were attacked by others.
Hey, I just wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No way, you don't belong here.
Years later, the government passed the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to prohibit discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin.
Hey, this Civil Rights Act says I can have my peanut butter and jelly sandwich now.
Okay.
I hope you liked this trip down memory lane of Jacksonville, Florida, and see how social history has changed since its founding 200 years ago. We hope the next 100 years will bring even more changes. Thank you and good night.
Hey, bud, it's time to get up. Did you finish your presentation?
Yeah, I guess. I think I know what I need to say about Jacksonville's social history.
Okay, that's good.
Oh yeah, and Mom? I think I want to keep my stuff a little while longer. You don't need to donate them.
Hey, that's a wrap.